Welcome to Spectrum of Innovation. Hello, my name is Jessie Bobby, and this is Spectrum of Innovation, your trusted news and information source for Riverside County. This is our Season 1 finale, and we hope you'll be able to stay with us for the entire show. This complete episode, as well as individual segments, will be available on our website, spectrumofinnovation.org. If you've missed any of our previous shows and segments, you can also find them there on our website. Be sure, subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post news updates from our SOI training crew, and we'll keep you in the know about Riverside County. Also, starting in July, Spectrum of Innovation will be airing on the City of Temecula's and the City of Murrieta's Community Access Station, which can and will be seen on Spectrum Channel 3 or 29 and Frontier Channel 33. We are so excited to welcome new viewers to our show. So let's get right into it. Riverside County is growing rapidly, and new homes are being built each year to keep up. Starting in January of 2020, a new California mandate issued by the California Energy Commission will require all new homes to be more energy efficient and to have solar panels installed at the time of construction, either on the home itself or in a community grid. Let's find out how this will impact the county's housing market as we move along the state's path towards a sustainable future.
The solar mandate is big news and is sure to have an effect on all of us, but how many people are aware of it? We are chatting with people to see if they are familiar with the California solar mandate, which takes in effect 2020. Are you familiar with this?
I am.
I am not.
I am not.
No, I'm not, but I'm actually really glad that it's happening. I think solar is a great thing. Why not harness the energy of the sun as opposed to deplete our planet from our fossil fuels?
Most people we chatted with didn't know anything about the solar mandate, but after I explained that it will require all new homes to have solar panels, everyone had something to say.
I'm pro-solar. I believe that solar is a good option. We've been actually looking at doing some solar in our own home, but I'm anti-government mandate. So what something like this will do will add $20,000 or $30,000 to the cost of a new home, and we don't need to drive up price housing anymore. It's expensive enough.
I think it's going to be dependent on your buyer. I think if they're looking for solar, then yeah, that's probably a plus. But people who are indifferent like myself probably is not going to be something they consider.
I mean, it kind of doesn't give the homeowner an option, right? If they're going to force everybody to have it, and then it's like another government thing, so that never actually works out.
I think it's a good opportunity for people to get solar on their houses and not have to pay for it out of cost after they've already purchased a home. The cost of electricity is going to keep going up, and so I think in the long run it will be wise for people that it just automatically be on the house when they buy it.
Looks like there are conflicting feelings about the solar mandate out there. As it turns out, experts also have diverse views. The solar industry embraces the mandate as a benefit to the entire state of California.
It's really a huge opportunity for the local workforce. So I don't know if you've heard this, but the solar industry nationally actually employs more people than the coal industry. And if you think about electricians, technicians, engineers, roofers, everyone who's involved in that process locally, even the greater supply chain of racking and certain electrical materials, a lot of which are built and manufactured here in California, it's a huge opportunity for our local economy.
Many realtors, however, have a wait-and-see attitude.
I believe solar is definitely part of our future and a huge part of our future, but I don't know that the mandate is going to have the effect that they think it's going to have. When it comes to how much coverage it's going to give the home, not very clear. When it comes to the pricing that they're giving us to put solar on your house, not very clear or concise.
How much will the solar mandate add to the cost of new homes?
So they are saying it's going to cost between $9,000 and $11,000 per new home. They're giving options whether you add it to your mortgage or whether you lease the solar equipment or you just buy the power.
When you're installing solar as a home is being built, there is a reduction in cost. A lot of it is when, today when you're installing solar on an old home, you need to retrofit. And maybe there's roofing aspects, you need to upgrade the electric panel. But if it's going in with new construction, there is cost reduction. Homes are much more efficient today. Appliances are more efficient, there's LED lighting.
There is even a question as to whether or not the energy savings will be enough to offset the cost of the solar panel.
Solar obviously saves people money. It's why when you're driving around, you see so much of it today. It's not for no reason. People are environmentally conscious, but really it's helping them against rising electric rates.
And the California Energy Commission, by their own estimates, will say this is only going to add about $40 a month onto your mortgage payment. Not a big deal, right? Of course, if you can't qualify for the loan to begin with, it doesn't really make any difference. But they claim that $40 extra investment will more than be offset by approximately $80 savings every month on your utility bill. So it'll ultimately pay for itself. How long it'll take to pay off $10,000 at $80 a month is, that's a long time.
Which begs the question, will the additional cost of adding solar panels affect new home sales?
Estimate from the housing industry is that for every $1,000 you add to the price of a home, that eliminates between 8,000 and 10,000 potential buyers for that home. So if you're talking a $10,000 increase, you've just eliminated 60 to 80,000 people from the potential buying pool for that home.
I think that people that want to buy a new house will buy a new house. They'll come up with the money, they'll figure it out. There's certain people that just like new homes. There's certain people that just like the charm of older homes. So I think people will always find a way. So in regards to the cost of the solar being part of your mortgage, I think that's the best way to go about it because it's going to be so minimal. And not only that, but when you go to sell the house, you own the solar, so it's actually an asset. So it's included in the appraisal of the house.
While the experts figure out how to make the mandate work for home buyers, new home builders are prepared for the change thanks to Title 24, the state regulations that govern the design and construction of buildings.
A lot of things in a home right now, the insulation, the SEER value or the efficiency of the air conditioning systems, everything is really geared right now to be extremely energy efficient.
And so one thing that this new mandate also is doing that a lot of people don't know about is they're incentivizing builders to actually, through a point system, to install energy storage as well. And so with batteries, if there is an outage or a blackout, you can not only have solar, but use it on site when the grid is out. So we think it's a win-win.
As California moves towards a greener future, we can expect more rules and mandates to come our way. How it will all affect us remains to be seen.
That's sure shedding some light on the matter. Go to our website, spectrumofinnovation.org, and we'll post a link to that solar mandate. We'd like to get your opinions, so be sure to leave us a comment. Now it's time for the Need to Know segment. And to kick things off, we have some exciting news. Universal Health Services was recently approved to launch their residency program at 5 SoCal hospitals and 4 right here in Riverside County. Gabriella has more.
Riverside County is growing, and to ensure that we have enough doctors for the future, UHS has developed a residency program. Studies show the majority of doctors remain in practice where they do their training, so this program will be very beneficial for our area. Tell us more about the residency program and what it offers to medical students.
Yeah, so we're very excited about the residency programs that we're starting here. Our institution name is UHS Southern California Medical Education Consortium. And I know that's a mouthful, so we shorthanded to UHS SoCal MEC. We got institutional accreditation in 2018. For any program that we want to start with the UHS hospitals in Southern California, and we just got accreditation at the beginning of the year in 2019 for family medicine and internal medicine. So we fully matched all our spots for 20 internal medicine residents and 6 family medicine residents to start this July 2019. And we're doing some unique things with education here. So we're training our residents in population health. We're exposing them to leadership. They'll actually be meeting with the C-suite executive leaders of the various hospitals within the UHS system. And we want to expose them to the business of healthcare, just to prepare them to be the healthcare leaders of the future.
Now, what hospitals will be a part of this program?
So that's the really unique and cool thing about our program is that UHS SoCal MEC comprises all 5 hospitals in the UHS system in Southern California. So that's Temecula Valley Hospital, Rancho Springs Medical Center, Inland Valley Medical Center, Corona Regional Medical Center, and Palmdale Regional Medical Center. So given the geographic distance, Palmdale will likely have its own separate residency program, but the 4 hospitals in Southwest Riverside County all participate in the residency programs that we're launching this year.
What kind of future career paths does it train residents for?
So I think we're uniquely poised to train residents for any future career path that they want to take. They're going to get plenty of scholarly activity. That's a required component for the residents. We're going to be very involved in quality improvement projects so that they can improve the health of the community and the clinics and hospitals that they work in. We're also exposing them to the business of healthcare, to leadership. So they're going to have all kinds of tools to succeed in any kind of venue that they want. In addition, we're building additional programs. So we have the family medicine and internal medicine residencies that are starting. We've applied and already had an ACGME site visit for emergency medicine, which would be 10 spots a year for 3 years. And then in the next 2 months, we'll be applying for OB-GYN, neurology, and transitional year, just to keep ourselves busy. So also, kind of down the line, a couple years from now, we're looking at general surgery, psychiatry, and then some fellowship programs. So within internal medicine, we would have cardiology fellowship, gastroenterology fellowship. In family medicine, we'd have a sports medicine fellowship, a palliative care fellowship, and then an emergency medicine, an ultrasound fellowship. So we have a full 5-year plan mapped out to really make a robust residency program foundation here and really bring in physicians to address the shortage in the region.
Well, thank you, doctors, so much for your time. I really do feel this residency program will be essential to our growth and, all of our future plans here in the county.
Great, thank you so much.
Thanks, Gabriella. It's so great to see more doctors coming to the area and helping Riverside County's expanding population stay and remain healthy. Have you thought about your summer plans yet? Vacations are always a good time when you get to appreciate somewhere new. But before you book that flight, you might consider a staycation. Gabriella and I explored some places you might already know about, but as a staycation, make for a whole new experience right here in Riverside County.
Staycations are vacations where you don't have to travel far. Riverside County has lots of things to do, and you don't have to break the bank to enjoy them all. This staycation starts now. Our first stop is Lake Hemet, which actually isn't in Hemet.
Yeah, just wait till you see the lake and all the activities it offers. Lake Hemet is a wonderful place for really anyone looking to enjoy the activities. Just so many perks of being here.
I know, and they have boat rentals, they have kayaks, they have fishing, and plenty of trails to walk around the lake.
Lake Hemet offers a large amount of amenities, including a water park. Alongside the activities and things to do, there are also great eats in their cafe.
Man, too bad we're working. Look at that boat out there. That would be so much fun.
Oh, it would. These views are breathtaking.
Just about a half an hour from here is Lake Fulmar and Idlewild. And then down the mountain, we've got Lake Elsinore, Lake Paris, Diamond Valley Lake, which are all great for fishing and plenty of opportunities for water sports.
Oh yeah, and if you like to hike, the Nature Center in Idlewild offers plenty of information on hiking in the area, and it's really smart to stop there before exploring.
Yeah, totally, and don't forget about all the shops and restaurants they have up in Idlewild. That would be the perfect end to the day. If hiking isn't too much your style, there's always the aerial tramway in Palm Springs. It is a ride from the Coachella Valley to the top of San Jacinto Peak.
When you get to the top, you'll be treated with gorgeous views, restaurants, shops, a theater, and optional hiking. This could definitely fill a day's worth of staycation. We are here outside of Pins and Pockets in Lake Elsinore.
Yes, there's so much more to do here than just bowl. Wait till you see what they've done with the place.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's do it.
This family entertainment center offers 24 open bowling lanes, a tavern, private banquet rooms, an epic arcade, billiards, and recently opened Escapology escape rooms.
Just the right amount of activities for a full day's worth. Another indoor option is something a little more relaxed. The Reading Cinemas at Cal Oaks Plaza in Marietta is more than just your average movie theater. Here, you and yours can enjoy a luxurious experience without even leaving your reclined seat with their waiter service that offers a unique food and drink menu.
How better to beat the heat than a relaxing movie?
That was really cool. I had so much fun. What's next on our list?
Well, for those who like to staycation in style, we're going to Pechanga Resort Casino.
Nice. All right, let's go.
Let's do it. Pechanga Resort Casino is located in Temecula, right off the 15 freeway. They recently expanded their hotel, convention rooms, pool, and spa area. We're going to show you just a few of the exciting attractions the resort offers.
Wow, I can't believe all that they've added here. It looks great.
Yeah, just by the pool you can have food and drinks and even rent your own personal cabana, which really looks like a mini studio.
Don't they? I know, those things are awesome. And then after you spend all day in the sun, that's when you head into the spa, get pampered, get ready for dinner, and then of course head to the casino for some gambling.
Yeah, makes for a full day's worth of staycation.
Absolutely. Pechanga offers 14 restaurants, bars, lounges, a luxurious spa, golf, an adult-only pool, and a family pool.
Well, you can't mention Temecula Staycations and not mention the Temecula Wine Country. Long Shadow Ranch and Peltzer Winery would be great choices if you are looking to bring the kids along. Both wineries offer a petting zoo. Wilson Creek Winery is also one of our top picks for the whole family.
Of course, adults 21 and over can explore and enjoy over 30 different wineries here in the Temecula Valley. Each one is unique in its own way.
There's so much more to do in Riverside County for staycations than I even thought.
I know, it's true, but too bad we're on the job.
Do you think they'd mind if we just stayed and hung out?
I won't tell if you don't.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Those were quite the experiences. There's actually even more fun things to do for a staycation in Riverside County, but we didn't have time to explore them all. We will provide a list of staycation ideas on our website, so be sure to check those out. For today's Voice of Innovation, we take a look at economic development in the city of Wildomar and chat with Kimberly Davidson about her new role as Wildomar's Economic Development Director.
The city of Wildomar was incorporated in July of 2008. Cityhood got off to a rocky start with the recession hindering growth and state legislation that diverted vehicle license renewal fees. But the city hung in there, and in 2017, the license fee revenue was restored. The economy turned back around, and the city started growing. I am standing here next to two very important new developments for the city of Wildomar. To my right is Clinton Keith Road, which was recently extended from Whitewood Road to Leon Road, providing easier access to Wildomar and Marietta from Winchester. To my left, you can see the shops at Clinton Keith, which is a huge convenience to people who live nearby. Many more new businesses are on the way. Here in 2019, Wildomar's growth is in full swing. So the next step is to bring on a new economic development director to keep it all on track. I am here with Kimberly Davidson, who is the new economic development director for the city of Wildomar. Kimberly comes to this city with a wealth of experience. She successfully served as the Economic Development Manager for the cities of Marietta and Corona, and currently serves on the Board of Directors for the Inland Valley Business Community Foundation. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Well, congrats on the job.
Thank you.
Yeah, we know that you've just started, a week to be exact. But can you tell us what your visions are to bring to the city of Wildomar?
Absolutely. So it is my goal to put Wildomar on the map, give them a quality of life there that's even better than what they have now, which means bringing in some new businesses, bringing in some maybe some office jobs, some tech jobs. We're going to be looking at some different opportunities with the land use that we have there. And just really the overall is to put Wildomar on the map and give Wildomar an identity.
How will you use your past experiences in your new position?
Well, I think one of the things that I bring most to the table are my connections. I've spent the last 10.5 years really building up strategic connections within the community, within the development community, economic development community. And so really utilizing those connections for my new position here in Wildomar is going to be a key piece of what I will bring to the city.
Kim is a small business advocate and sees their success as a way to keep Wildomar growing.
Small businesses in general are a vital part of any community. Everybody needs national retailers, and they really bring a lot to a city. And what a small business owner brings to the city is when you support a small business, you are supporting that person to put money back into the community. So our small businesses really add a lot to our communities, not just in dollar signs, but also in creating the identity of a community and also giving you a place that you can call home.
What do you hope to accomplish by this time next year?
By this time next year, I hope that all of our surrounding communities will know exactly where Wildomar is. I hope to see a lot of celebrations for new businesses opening in Wildomar. And I hope that Wildomar has a really good sense of who it is, where we're going with this, who I am, and when to call me. And I think we can accomplish all of that within a year or maybe even less.
Absolutely. Well, it was great chatting with you. We're excited to have you with this new position. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
How wonderful is it that the City of Wildomar's new Economic Development Director has so many exciting ideas to keep the city progressing. We'll be looking forward to seeing how Kimberly's vision for Wildomar takes shape. Our next segment is in collaboration with one of Temecula Valley history's stakeholders, the Roripa Family Foundation. Their goal is to preserve the cultural, historical, and ecological heritage of the Temecula Valley, and their grants given to local nonprofits do just that. JDS Creative Academy, the nonprofit that brings you Spectrum of Innovation, is the recipient of one of these grants. And with this funding, we bring you this look at the city of Temecula's rich history. We invited the female members of the SOI team to come along with us on this journey to explore where we've been, where we're going, and to meet some of Temecula's notable women along the way.
I'm here to take you back in time when the hillsides were the home of the Luiseño Indians, the valley's first residents. Their ancestors were in this area as early as 900 AD. Let's jump ahead a millennium. The first Spanish missionaries came to the valley's Indian village in 1797, and by the 1820s, the missionaries had settled in farming and raising cattle.
Governor of California grants 2,000 acres to missionary convert Pablo Apis, which becomes Little Temecula Rancho, the heart of Old Temecula. Mexico cedes to California. Days later, gold is discovered at Sutter Mill.
Thousands of gold prospectors with dreams of striking it rich traveled to California over what became known as the Southern Emigrant Trail. In 1867, Louis Wolfe and Ramona Wolfe moved to the Temecula Valley and ended up buying a store right by the trail, providing a much-needed resting place. Louis Wolfe became the most well-known pioneer of his time, and his wife Ramona also made her mark in history.
Louis Wolfe and I met when I was 16 years old, and we married shortly afterwards. The Wolfe store was the central gathering place for more than just the stagecoach mail. It was an outpost, and it was the center of civilization at the time for where we lived. People would leave messages for their friends at our store. It was the main social hub for everything. Louis was the justice of the peace, so he would preside over disagreements and performed weddings right there in our store. Well, I think I was influential in being the first lady in the village of Temecula. It was helpful to my husband because I could speak 2 languages. So he was able to communicate with our customers, and I was approachable by the Temecula Indians as well. I think the fact that Louis was married to a Native American made it easier for people to accept this businessman, Louis Wolfe, from Europe. Helen Hunt Jackson stayed with us one night while she was visiting in Temecula. She became a famous author. Mrs. Jackson later fictionalized observations by writing the novel Ramona, which appealed to the reader's sense of justice. In her book, Ramona, Mrs. Jackson interwove facts about Louis and me and the Wolfe store and Temecula, including the name Ramona, which was a composite of 3 women named Ramona and their life stories.
The Ramona novel's portrayal of Mexican colonial life gave the region a unique identity, and many tourists rode the new trains to see the locations mentioned in the book. The railroad came to Temecula in 1882, and built a depot near where Diaz and Winchester are located today. The train brought commerce and travelers to the new town center, what is now known as Old Town Temecula.
Here we are in Old Town, where there are many well-preserved and repurposed old buildings. The 1890 Mercantile building serves as an art gallery, small theater space, and entryway to the Temecula Community Theater. The First National Bank, built in 1914, is now a Mexican restaurant. Temecula's first church, St. Catherine's, was built in 1917 and is now displayed at Sam Hicks Monument Park. RJ and Mary Jane Welty opened a hotel right here the same year that the railroad first arrived. Unfortunately, it burned down in 1891, but it was quickly rebuilt that same year. These days, it's called the Hotel Temecula, and it looks pretty much the same as it did back then. Mary Jane Welty herself might still recognize it.
At 18, one of the Welty boys, Richard Johnson Welty, and I were married. So by the time we moved to Temecula in the 1880s, we had 11 daughters. Before we got there, there was one other hotel, and then we built a second hotel. At first, we called it the Depot Hotel. In the hotel, over the years, we had a store. We also had the post office for quite a long time, as one of our daughters was the postmistress in Temecula. And we also had a school there. I think people saw me as a symbol of the kind of pioneer woman who helped bring America west.
One of the students who attended school at the Welty Hotel was Isabel Gonzalez, who later became Isabel Barnett. In 1879, she was the first Caucasian child to be born in the Temecula Valley.
I was born April 25th, 1879. My father was in the process of building his own adobe home and finally moved in when I was just 4 months old. I lived there until I got married. Now, this adobe is still standing and is the center of the Adobe Plaza Shopping Center on Jefferson, just south of Overland. Many of the old family photos show me riding a bicycle, having picnics on the Santa Rosa Plateau, climbing on huge boulders with family and friends. With no formal building for a school here in Temecula, I started my grammar school education in the Welty Hotel, which is now known as the Temecula Hotel. I taught piano until I married a neighbor, Ben Barnett. But we built our home on 200 acres just north of my father's adobe. This is the home I would live in my entire life and where I would raise my 3 boys. And of course, a school is named in my honor, Isabel Barnett Elementary. The school mascot are the Pioneers, which to me is perfect, and I was the true pioneer of Temecula Valley.
Many other women, some famous and others not so well known, shaped what Temecula is today. Frida Knott was a school board trustee and librarian.
Ekina Swangwen was Temecula's only telephone operator from 1918 to 1961. She handled all the phone calls from a switchboard where she plugged lines together with cables. She actually had a cot next to the switchboard so that she could handle all the calls 24 hours a day.
Agnes Freeman was working as a teller at the Temecula First National Bank when the first bank robbery in the history of Riverside County occurred there on August 14, 1930. The insurance company rewarded Miss Freeman with a diamond brooch for her bravery.
Nita Ashman Thompson was the daughter of a well-known Pechanga tribal leader, Tony Ashman. She worked as a teacher, a school principal, and then after retiring, became a painter and enjoyed depicting Temecula's early days. She was invaluable in her assistance to local historians with her keen memory of the past.
Peg Moore was elected to Temecula's first city council in 1989 and worked alongside another noteworthy woman, Patricia Birdsall. Peg continued to serve Temecula in various capacities for 30 years.
Joan Sparkman has an education center and 3 streets named after her. One of her many accomplishments was to be one of the first women to serve on the Temecula School Board in the 1970s.
I got involved on the school board primarily because I had 2 children in school. We moved here in 1969 and there was one school here, Temecula Valley Elementary School, which was a K-8 school. I knew that as the community grew, we'd need additional schools, so I got very involved. My greatest accomplishment, in my opinion, was that as we were growing, I worked with the development community in setting aside sites for schools. We ended up with 25 additional sites for schools. There was a great movement. In fact, Peg Moore's husband was very involved in that, Jimmy, in establishing a name for the community, and the toss-up was Rancho California, California, or Temecula, California. So I got on that committee, and we fought very hard and did a lot of PR work, and fortunately, with the help of many, many others, we managed to name the city Temecula.
We're here with Temecula Councilwoman Marianne Edwards. She has served on the steering committees for various city projects, as well as on a dozen of nonprofit boards, the Temecula Valley School Board, and 3 times as Temecula's mayor.
What are some of your proudest accomplishments?
Well, I guess we'd have to say just living here for 30 years and seeing what Temecula was before and what Temecula has grown into is probably the thing I'm most proud of. I'm just proud to have had a small part in that.
Temecula has come a long way, so how do you envision the future?
And our residents have said resoundingly that they want Temecula to remain as it is, safe, beautiful, a great place to raise a family and to own a business and to work, and now a great place to vacation and to provide recreation for visitors. So that's the way we have planned the next 30 years, is to maintain as well as we can and to make sure that everything is done the best way the first time.
Wow, something to be proud of, and the city really does grow with its community. So we want to know, what opportunities do you see for women to get involved with all this growth?
Well, I think if you just look at the women that are currently serving and have served in the past, right now we have a female police chief, a female fire chief, a female CHP commander. If you look around the community, we have a female city clerk, finance director is a female, so we can do anything we want. When I talk to girls and young women, if somebody offers you an opportunity to do something, even if it's outside your comfort zone, say yes.
We hope this segment shows where we've been and help paves the way to the future. Thank you to the Rory Paw Foundation for making this segment possible. We'd also like to thank historian Rebecca Farnbach and the notable women of the Temecula Valley Historical Society.
We also want to acknowledge the spectrum of innovation team members who worked on this segment, and all the women who work at JDS Creative Academy, which includes you and me.
A special introduction to the creators of this segment, Spectrum of Innovation's head writer Johanna Lack and JDS Creative Academy's founder and SOI executive producer Diane Strand.
It's been an honor to take a look back at Temecula's past, which allows us to see opportunities of the future and how we as women and all of us at JDS Creative Academy can shape Temecula's future, creating history.
Wow, that was some rich history. Here at Spectrum of Innovation, we are so fortunate to be established in a city with so much movement. We are proud to bring you Riverside County news and information from a team of men and women equally working together. Now it's time for our In the Know segment to ensure that you're up to date on Riverside County's current happenings. Get ready for freeway lane closures due to the I-1591 Express Lane project. Lanes connecting the 2 freeways are expected to be closed at night starting tomorrow, June 28th through Sunday, June 30th. So keep an eye out for that when driving in the area. Over by Idlewild, SR 243 north of Pine Cove to Banning is still closed due to all that mudslide damage. However, as you saw on our staycation, Idlewild is still easily accessible. It only took the SOI team a little over an hour to get there from Temecula. We encourage everyone to head up to Idlewild and enjoy everything that great little town has to offer. Summer camp has been underway here at JDS Creative Academy. In a matter of 2 weeks, the campers have built sets, created props, designed costumes, worked on improv, and written an entire script with the help of JDS Creative Academy employees, and of course, camp instructor Kathy Stevenson. The campers had to memorize their lines for the entire original production in a matter of 4 days. You can catch the play here at JDS Creative Academy tomorrow, Friday at 4 p.m. See you there. Now, on to some community events near you. Do you like to shop and see your spendings go to something meaningful? The SoCal Etsy Guild Market is a reoccurring event that includes Southern California's handmade artisan vendors, artists, DIY activities, live art, giveaways, and of course, shopping. The next one is Friday, June 28th through the weekend at the Galleria at Tyler and Riverside. What a great way to support local artists and small businesses. They certainly need it. Independence Day is right around the corner, and there's tons of celebrating going on all over Riverside County. Prior to the 4th, on June 29th, the city of Menifee is having an Independence Day celebration at Wheatfield Park. There will be a parade, craft vendors, live entertainment, family activities, and fireworks will be set off at 9 p.m. Great times. If fireworks are really your thing and you'd like to experience an extra show in the night sky, head to Indio on July 3rd, where they'll be putting on Independence Day fireworks at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino at Eagle Falls Golf Course. The event is all ages and begins at 9 p.m. I recommend arriving at least an hour early and enjoy that show. So on the 4th of July, there are multiple events all around Riverside County, and we'll lay out a few of them for you, and you can take your picks on which ones you might like to attend. Temecula's 4th of July celebration begins with a parade at 10 a.m. in Old Town Temecula. Family fun and fireworks will be held at Ronald Reagan Sports Park beginning at 2 p.m., ending with fireworks, of course, at 9 p.m. Lake Elsinore's 4th of July festivities will start at Summerlin Park at 9 a.m. and goes until 12 p.m., followed by a storm game at 6 p.m. Fireworks will be shooting off at 9 p.m. from the T Peninsula with multiple locations for viewing, and there's also boating options available so you can view all those fireworks out in the water. How cool. In Moreno Valley, things will kick off with a 4th of July parade from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., followed by a fun fest from 2 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at Morrison Park. And you guessed it, there will be fireworks at 9 p.m. Palm Springs will host their Independence Day from 2 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. with a pool party at Sunrise Park. Also at 6:05 p.m., enjoy a power baseball game, and gates will open at 8 for admission to the fireworks, starting at 9:15 p.m. Also in Palm Springs, they're going to switch things upside down, if you know what we mean. At 7 p.m., the premiere of Stranger Things will be on screen near the Palm Springs Cultural Center, followed by a fireworks show at 9:15 p.m. So much fun. And fast forward to August 1st. Anyone who has served on active duty in the National Guard or in the reserves and their spouses are invited to attend the DAV Recruit Military Riverside Veterans Job Fair. This will be held at the City of Riverside's Municipal Auditorium. There's a lot going on this summer, that's for sure. So if you want to learn more, go to our website and we'll provide the links to all the events that we just mentioned and much more. We'll also be showing community events and news through our job training crew SOY updates, and those are weekly. You don't want to miss them. So that's a wrap for Season 1 and our June episode of Spectrum of Innovation. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to join us in July when we stream out a fun recap and highlight of Season 1. Then we come back in Season 2 on August 22nd. Remember that starting in July, our show will be airing on the City of Temecula and Murrieta's community access stations. Be sure to catch up on all of our past episodes as they debut on television. Then tune in August for Spectrum of Innovation's second season launch. Of course, you can still see all our episodes of SOI on our social media and our website, spectrumofinnovation.org. Also, visit our YouTube and Facebook pages where we stream updates from our SOI training crew. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're there. From all of us here at Spectrum of Innovation, thank you so much for watching our show. We wish you a fantastic summer. Until next time, SOI out.